Hello everyone, of course, it is your boy Winster, and I am back at it again with another video. I hope that you are having an amazing, phenomenal, great day, and of course, thank you so much for watching today's video. I appreciate the support. Shout out to my channel members. Shout out to Thomas Lee. Shout out to Staying Young. Shout out to Corey. Shout out to Wymie. Thank you guys for supporting the channel. For those curious, what you guys get on becoming a channel member, you guys get early access to all my full videos, get a shout out on every single full video, and we can schedule games on Master Duel, Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro for testing, casual play is in a schedule that works for both parties. You guys will have the opportunity for that. Today we're going to be doing a Snake Eyes Azamina Fire King deck profile breakdown. I'm going to go ahead and show you my build and how I am currently playing it. Before we get into it, make sure you turn on the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell. That way you can stay up to date with all the content that does drop on this channel. We're trying to hit 5,000 subscribers before the end of the year. Thank you so much for the support thus far. But let's get right into today's deck profile. Starting off this deck profile, let's talk about the Snake Eyes package. I play one Snake Eye Ash, one Snake Eye Poplar, one Oak, and then one Flame Birch. These are pretty self-explanatory, like Snake Eye Ash. You summon it, you search the Poplar, hopefully you didn't open it, or you could search out the Ponix in this build, but super powerful. Poplar just isn't as strong as it used to be. Yes, it could still be a starter, but in today's format, they're just gonna like Ash it. So many options to stop it. So realistically, you only need these two cards to play the deck. Snake Eye Oak, a lot of people are cutting it because it can be bricky, right? If you don't get these cards into the graveyard, this card literally does nothing. And especially if you can't get another card face up on the field, there's no way to summon this out, etc., etc. So you don't have to play this. I find it more useful, but realistically, you do not. Of course, you play the Flame Birch. I don't really think there's too much to explain there. We play the Diabell Star. Of course, we play the one Witch, and then we play the three Wanteds. The reason I chose this ratio is because Diabell Star, even though it's a very powerful card, setting OSS, setting Deception, but you don't want to open multiple copies because you can't really do too much. I guess the same thing could be said with Wanted, but I definitely think Wanted's a little bit more useful because it still works with Deception of the Sinful Spoils. You get a draw off of it as well. I personally think this ratio is fine. For the new cards, we are playing 2 copies of Deception of the Sinful Spoils. These cards, guys, are absolutely busted. I know it's a bit confusing, but you activate this card, and I always forget that it's a continuous. You activate and then send Tribute a Monster from face up on the field or from your hand, and then you're going to go ahead and search out the Hollowed Azamina, which is the fusion card of the strategy. And then you activate Hollowed Azamina, fusion summon out a monster, and then you send as cost the Deception of the Sinful Spoils, or a Sinful Spoils that's face down. You could reveal it, or one in your hand. So what you can do is actually activate the Hollowed Azamina. Then what you can do is activate Wanted right after that, and then you could send Wanted as cost, resolve Wanted, add, and then fusion summon, which is freaking broken. And for the last like Sinful Spoils card, we play OSS. You can play multiple copies of this. I personally don't recommend it, but you can. And then for the rest of the engine here, we play 3 copies of Bonfire. This is one that I was also considering like changing a little bit more, and what I mean is maybe playing less copies of it because it's just like less impactful. And realistically, the only targets that you have for this are Poplar, Ash, and Oak. And if you are searching either of those that isn't Poplar, it's just not good, right? So it's just not as strong as it used to be with the limitations of Ash and Poplar. Onto the Fire Kings, we are playing 3 copies of Oakenex. This card is absolutely ridiculous. The reason being is because you normal summon this on normal or special, you get to pop in another fire on hand or in field. So if you have just Ash Blossom and Joy Spring, you'll be able to do your full combo, and then still add Ash Blossom and Joy Spring back to your hand, basically making any Fire King combo absolutely for free. Is that when this thing is destroyed, you could go ahead and summon a bad card from your main deck in defense position. But yeah, this card you want to max out with your starters, considering that Snake Eye Ash is hit. And Bobbler is it as well, but a very powerful card in my personal opinion. And then we are playing the one Ponix. This card just got even more powerful and since the release of Okanix. You pop something, you search this, and then you'll be able to summon this out, just like the Runix, right? And then you get your full Fire King with Sanctuary and Island and just get full combo. But yeah, this card is just absolutely busted in this strategy and got even more powerful with Okanix. I played 2 copies of Kieran. Kieran is a very powerful card, but I don't think you need 3 of it, in my personal opinion. That's why I'm only playing at 2. It's super strong, and you're going to use 1 for the combo. It's weird to say this, and not that it's like bad, but it's not super powerful when you need to resolve like Snake Eye Ash or Snake Eye Poplar. You know, dodging Imperm, dodging Veiler. It's just not as important as it used to be. So I think the effect that helps you dodge those things just isn't that impactful anymore. And that's why I personally think playing it at 2 is just perfectly fine. 1 for combo, 1 for interruption. And then of course we are playing 1 Fire King Garunix, we are playing 1 Arvada, and then we're playing 1 Bata Garunix. Like this card literally does nothing for the strategy. It does have like a blow up, right? But you don't really use that. It doesn't come up for me as often, at least. Arvada is a monster negate, pretty powerful. And then Garunix is just really strong card still. But yeah, Garunix, you'd never want to open that card. Not that it's bad, but it's just you don't want to have to open it. And then of course we play the 1 Island and the 1 Sanctuary. I think this is like one reason why it took so much time for me to get back onto the Fire King stuff, is just because Fire King Island is just such a big weakness for the deck. I hate when people just summon SP, you know, play through all my interruptions and not quite able to break my board, and then just go to SP and then negate and then get rid of this, and then there goes my whole field, right? It's just such a weak point, and it's just something that comes with playing Fire Kings. But this is what was holding me back. But I'm having fun with the deck again. On to the non-engine. I am missing 1 card, guys, so do forgive me. But I am playing 3 copies of Fualos. I mean, there's not really much to explain here, right? Max C from extra deck or deck. You're just going to draw a crazy amount of cards. So that's my first non-engine. And then I am playing 3 copies of Ash Blossom. This card is even so much more powerful in this deck because it's a fire. It triggers Garunix, it triggers Okanix, it triggers Island. You're able to use it with Island. You just do so much. And on top of that, it's really good in the rogue. And even though Snake Eyes is falling off a bit, especially with the new set that's going to come out, I think it comes out in December, we're going to get the Malice cards and maybe the Rizio cards. I could be wrong. You know, Fire Kings just isn't going to be that more powerful. So people aren't going to be playing it, and then they just can't summon Hida and then steal your card. But yes, this card is very powerful. And I am playing 3 copies of Droll Lockbird. Now, I know it seems that it would counter your own Fualos. But the reason I'm playing this is just because Nib is just not as strong anymore. And I wanted hand traps that are just super broken. Or whatever, whenever I end up using them, they're just really, really, really impactful. And Droll Lockbird is that card. Again, not that Nibiru is bad or anything, but it's just not as strong in my personal opinion. And I just feel like even though, yes, this counters your own for all those, it's just still really, really good. And especially in a format where all the decks are searching. And then I am trying to play 3 copies of Impulse, but I only have 2. Not able to find a third, but yeah, as soon as I get it, I'm going to put it in here. And it would make it 41, guys, just so that you know. But yeah, play 3 Dominus Impulse. And then for my last hand trap, we are playing triple copies of Infinite Impermanence. I don't really think there's much to explain there. As far as your non-engine, I am playing 15 hand traps or 15 pieces of non-engine. These could be whatever you want them to be. There's no right or wrong answer. You could play whatever you like. You could play Veiler, you could play Nib, you could play Ghost Ogre, whatever you want. This is just what I am playing. Extra deck time. We are playing the one Anima. This is one card that I just find myself wanting to take out all the time. But it's pretty useful sometimes. Because when you summon like Snake Eye Ash and then you summon Poplar, and there's just no way to get another card on the field to stay face up, where you could just link off into Anima with the Poplar effect, summon the Ash, and then just go full combo from there. But this is like one card that I just find myself like, maybe I should take it out, but it's still useful enough to keep in my personal opinion. And then for Link 2s, I am playing the Dark. Extremely powerful, especially in this format. And even going into next format, I am playing the one Sunlight Great Sunlight Wolf, my other Link 2. This is part of the combo. You summon this and then Link summon into Anima because it points down. And then you just add back the Ash that you used to off of Deception or you used off of Okanix. And that's how you add the card back. And then I am playing Hita. It doesn't come up as often, but the reason that I play this is because I like having a fire Link 2 monster. That way I could get Promethean Princess off the field. But it also serves a second purpose, right? You could summon a fire monster that your opponent has in their graveyard. For more Link 2s, I am playing the Nightmare Phoenix. This doesn't need to be played in my personal opinion, but sometimes Twilight Gates are just too powerful. And then we are playing one IP, and then we're playing one Little Knight. It is absolutely crazy how expensive Little Knight still freaking is. Yeah, those are pretty self-explanatory. Of course, my only Link 3, Promethean Princess. One thing I was missing, I felt like I was missing like the Access Code Talker and Celine combo. Because not having another Link 3 is pretty bad sometimes. And sometimes you just need the extra Link 3. But yeah, this card is absolutely busted. I'm surprised that it hasn't gotten hit in any way. But yeah, this card is freaking broken. Link 4s, I am playing Raging Phoenix and Ambler Whale. Yeah, these cards are freaking broken. And the fact that you could summon this out, and then once it gets popped, like you bring back your IP, and then just go into another Link. It's just so powerful. Raging Phoenix, self-explanatory as well. When something's popped, this summons and then gains the attack of whatever fire monster was popped, and you could be your own, which you usually do. As you pop like the Flame Bird, summon this out, and just swing for so much damage. And then, of course, we play the Zealantis as my last Link 4 monster. Super broken card, OTK line. We are playing the couple of Exceeds. We are playing the Zombie Vampire. Now, at first, I wasn't really sure why people are playing this, but you use the 2 level 8 Fire King monsters, Garunix and then Bad Garunix, make this, and then you start milling. You're probably going to send like a Dia Bellstar or a Snake Eye Ash or a Wanted, and then just get full combo. Like I mentioned earlier, right? The combo usually like puts OSS into the graveyard, which you could banish and then summon a Link, add a level 1, and then put back the Dia Bellstar monster, or you could mill one of these cards and then start your Snake Eyes combo. It just, whatever it mills is just going to be so helpful. Yeah, I wasn't sure about it, but yeah, this card is absolutely broken. And it does have some really great protection effect. Cards from the graveyard that are special summoned specifically from there are the only ones that could target this card, which is freaking crazy. And this is a freaking beefy mama milker right here, right? Like 3,000 attack. And I forgot that I have the original print of this card. But yeah, when this card first came out, people weren't really using it. Kiki Nagashi Fucho, super powerful card, unaffected by any activated effects, detached to materials, can be destroyed by battle, you don't take damage. It's just specifically for Tenpai. Let's say you're playing against Tenpai, your opponent shifters you normal summon Okanix, activate Okanix effect, tribute out the Ash Blossom and Joy Spring in your hand, add Ponix, make Okanix level 1, summon out the Ponix effect to search. You can activate the Sanctuary or not. I don't think you need to. And then go into level 1 because Okanix is level 1 because it becomes that when you add the Ponix, and then make this, and then you're not going to die. And then I am playing the Murcielago and the Illa Silva. What this does, on summon, searches out any Sinful Spoils card, Wanted, OSS, pretty much just a combo piece. Then you link it off using like the Dia Bellstar. If you would search the Wanted, then add the Dia Bell, link this off, go into Link 2. use the Hollowed Azamina in the graveyard or shuffle this back, fusion again, summon the Omni Negate, and you do it on the 4th summon, which is absolutely broken. Onto the side deck, guys. I really like my side deck. I'll explain as to why. Going first cards, I only play 3. I play deck lockdown. Card is absolutely bonkers, man. Absolutely. Once you set up your combo, and you just set this at, it's really good versus a lot of like top tier decks right now. It's good against Snake Eyes. It's good against Azamina. It's good against Illusion. It's good against Tempai. It's so good versus everything, in my personal opinion. And then it lasts for 2 standby phases. So on the second one, it just gets destroyed, and then you get to OTK. At worst, you just stall your opponent out long enough. Let's say if like they shifter you and just have no way to go into Fuchinoko. Yeah, you just lay this bad boy down, and then you're not gonna die because they can't special summon from the deck. And then of course we are playing more of the Melchummies. Yeah, there's no reason not to, right? Especially when the new one is coming out, the one that summons, gives you a card when your opponent draws from special summons from the grave or banished. Yeah, like this card is going to be even much more powerful because the Yugioh stuff special summons from hand like crazy. And that's theorized to be the best deck in this coming format. So, yeah, these are jumping out in price. So, yeah, super powerful. And then I am just playing a bunch of going second cards. I am playing 2 copies of Triple Tactics Thrust. And all my thrust targets are D-Barrier, Evenly Matched, Alternate Art Raigeki. Oh, that's not Harpy's Feather Duster. Lightning Storm, Harpy's Feather Duster, Triple Tactics Talons, and Dark Ruler no more. Because we play such important hand traps, our hand traps are going to stop our opponent at some point in time, right? Molchummy, Droll, Imperm, Ash, Impulse. There's just so many cards to stop our opponent, and this is just to even clear out their board when they're not able to set up like a full board. And especially that we play a smaller build, 41 cards, we're going to see these going second cards like crazy. That's going to be it for today's profile, guys. Let me know what you guys think of Snake Eyes, Fire Kings. Let me know what you guys think of my build in the comment section below. Let me know of any feedback that you guys would like for me to better improve my videos. But that's going to be it for me today, guys. My name is Winster. Love you guys all, and have an amazing rest of your day. Thank you for watching. Peace out, guys.